Hi guys, it's Bola from Vintage Box UK. Today I wanted to share with you my lovely vintage brooch collection. I have been collecting vintage brooches for ever. So this is not something I've collected over 1 year. In fact, I've got more than these, but I've collected them over time and I absolutely love them. I'm wearing probably the biggest one I've got. Actually, that's a lie. I think I have one that is slightly longer, and it's actually on another of my coats. I love them really big on coats. Excuse me. Just moved my camera over there. But what it is that what I love most about brooches is the fact that it can just turn a simple outfit to totally fabulous. My coat here looks a little bit simple, honestly, but with this it just makes it look absolutely fabulous. And I particularly love really large ones for my coats or really big garments. But if I'm wearing a very simple dress, then I'll wear something really dainty. One of the people I admire a lot, Queen Elizabeth, she's also a brooch lover. I read a lot of her books. In fact, I own a lot of her books, and she never ever steps out without a brooch, and it is the ultimate women's accessory. You mustn't leave home without it, well, if you can avoid it. But today I'll be sharing with you some of my lovely brooches that I've collected over the years. And I've got the sniff today, sorry, it's a little bit cold in London. This one is actually when I bought it, it came with matching earrings, and this is branded. It's by a brand called Listener. I did a little bit of research on it, and I believe it's American. Not all brooches, however, will come with a brand on it. So, but I tend to really just go for what I like rather than whether or not it is branded. And if you're thinking of starting to collect brooches, then one thing you need to bear in mind is to ask yourself the reason why you're doing it. Are you collecting brooches for the love of it, or are you collecting brooches to resell? One thing you need to bear in mind is that a lot of costume jewelry do not have such a huge or high resale value. Except you're selling to another vintage lover or another collector, then you will probably not get as much money as you want. But if you're collecting because you want to resell, it might be a good idea for you to study, because there is a really nice book that I have and will be showing you later on. And in that book, it tells you what to look out for if you're buying jewelry to resell or if you want to become an antiques dealer. I do not fall into that category, but I read the book anyway because I wanted to understand what I'm buying, to know what I'm buying up front in order for me to make that buying decision. Because sometimes you get the brooches really cheap, sometimes they're really expensive. And if they're really expensive and I really like them, I really want to know what I'm getting. And what that book does is that it gives you a guide as to what to look out for, the main brand names, and that sort of information. But for me, my collection is mainly a labor of love. I really just buy what I absolutely love and what I think will complement my outfits. And over time, I have gathered this much and a little bit more. But today, once again, these ones here that I've picked to show you are my absolute favorites. This one, don't know if you can see her. It is such a cute little brooch. I love her so much, and I don't wear her that much because I'm worried that it might get missing. The clasp on the back is one of the ones from, I believe it's the 18th century. It doesn't look very secure, so I worry a lot that it might get lost, so I prefer to stare at it more than wear it. So there you go, that's that one. If I can put it back later. just saw another one that I forgot to mention. These ones here, if you're a brand lover, you can see it, absolutely gorgeous. I believe they're probably Swarovski crystals. This brooch is actually a vintage Christian Dior, and I picked them up from a thrift store. It must have been donated by a Christian Dior lover, because she also gave this and also Christian Dior collectible. And that one. Sometimes what I do with this is, because it's so huge, if I'm not wearing it on a coat or on a long garment, I would wear it on a hat. It is absolutely gorgeous. I've seen them for sale at ridiculous prices on some, you know, top vintage jewelry online stores. And yeah, they are just absolutely gorgeous. So like I said, if you are looking to start collecting brooches, think about what you would wear, how you would wear it, and what garment you might wear it with. When I actually saw this, it's sort of like a rope twisted up. I just fell in love with it. I haven't managed to wear it yet though, but I know its day is coming. Another thing to look out for when you're buying jewelry, like this one in particular, is to check out for missing stones. When I bought this, I actually realized that it was missing a stone over there. But it didn't bother me too much, because overall the brooch is in, you know, really good nick. It looks absolutely beautiful on. So I forgave the missing stone. But if you're not able to forgive some things that are not absolutely perfect, then vintage brooches might just elude you. However, you might actually be able to get some really, really perfect brooches. I absolutely love this one. Look, I don't know if you can see properly. The light seems to be reflecting on it, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. It's sort of like a flower with stones on the inside. This is by a brand called Schrager or something, Schrager. Never heard of this one, and no information about this brand in my book, so I haven't got any news on this one, but it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. But of all my brooches, my most favorite in the world is this one. It's by a brand called Polcini. Absolutely stunning. I am not your average simple girl. I love really, really bold pieces. And although this one did not start life out as a brooch, it started life out as a pendant. But when I bought it from a jewelry store in, from a vintage jewelry store in Islington, I believe the lady's shop was called Vintage Bedazzle. Really lovely lady. Unfortunately, the store is closed down. I went there about 2 weeks ago to just shop, and she had closed down. So that broke my heart. But I'm glad I bought this from her before she closed. In fact, I actually bought that one as well from her. These two are my most expensive purchases ever when it comes to jewelry. I love this so much. I put a down payment and went back to pay for the rest. In fact, I went back the same day because I just couldn't keep my eyes and my mind off it. So yeah, put a down payment, went back about an hour after. I'm like, okay, give it to me. I'm gonna go broke, but I really want it. But you know, when this started out life as a pendant, I never got to see the necklace or what the chain was like. So I bought it from her like this. But I can't for the life of me imagine putting that on my neck. But I can most certainly put that on my jacket. So what I do is that oftentimes when I go out and I'm really wearing a simple dress or a really simple jacket, this is what I do. I kind of like improvise. So I take one of my good old faithful brooches, something like this one, put it over it. And because it's round, it's really forgiving and it covers that loop. And then I wear it. Let's do it. My fur coat is a bit thick, so oh, by the way, it's not real fur. It's fox fur. So yeah, this is what I do. And I go out. And this is an absolute bold statement. Just look at that. I love how the feet dangle. I love the idea. It's absolutely fabulous. Actually, talking about dangling, I forgot to show you one of my cute brooches. It's a little lion. Can you see it? I wonder if you can. But you know what I love about this? The tail. It kind of like dangles. So sometimes when you wear it, you could pull the tail forward, and when you walk, the tail just bounces along, brings it to life. Absolutely love it. This is the thing about, you know, vintage jewelry. So exciting. There's always something to catch your eye, something to catch your fancy. So keep an eye out, go out, shop, buy these lovely brooches. And if you've got some fabulous brooches, and if you have one more fabulous than this, please send me a picture. And I will be showing you some of my vintage earrings, probably in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Go on, buy yourself some gorgeous vintage brooches. Have a good day. Bye.